Coach Glenn Snodgrass and York had a great 7-2 regular season, but ended the year with a 24-7 loss to Aurora in the first round of the Nebraska Class B state playoffs. With loads of young talent returning in 2017, the Dukes will be looking to make a deep run into the playoffs.
We had a lot of optimism going into this previous season. A lot of good players coming back, and it started great, but injuries just kind of derailed things. We lost 3 of our best players, 2 broken legs and a knee injury, and just kind of we're a small Class B school, and those injuries we had a hard time filling in with the depth necessary to play with the big-time teams in Class B, and so it didn't end quite like we wanted it to. But we broke our all-time school record for yards per game and points per game and yards in a single game. So we broke a lot of records offensively, and we've got the majority of those kids coming back. And one good thing about, if you can find a good thing about injuries, we got to play a lot of young kids, a lot of downs as starters against big-time teams, and so they'll have that much more experience coming into this season.
All eyes will be on 6'5", 300-pound class of 2018 Nebraska defensive tackle commit Masry Mapieu.
I think this season my improvement went up with getting off the ball fast, than my sophomore year, so I did really good. I got a sack, and I think I was more faster in this season than my sophomore season. So yeah.
And I've said this all along, just technique. He's always been a work in progress, and our coaches have worked very hard, very hard to kind of bring that technique up to the point where it needs to be. Last year, just things like hands, hand placement, leverage, things like that. His sophomore year, he had a serious tendency of playing too high, and he still gets that at times, but it was just much, much better. He knew where his hands belong, how to play behind his hips and things like that. So right now we're working on getting him to really play at a high level on every play all throughout the season. But man, as far as size and just sheer strength, you probably won't find another kid in Nebraska with the size and strength that Masry has. He's very difficult to move in the middle of the defense.
Nebraska defensive line coach John Perella saw the potential in Masry after he competed at the Friday Night Lights camp in June, extended an offer, and Masry committed on the spot, and his life has never been the same.
It's changed a lot, I get a lot of compliments over, I committed from Nebraska, and so everybody seems to know me now. So yeah, it changed a lot. So.
And Masry has done a really nice job handling all the pressure that comes along with being that Husker guy in a small town.
Yeah. I try to keep my cool, I'm trying to stay humble, I'm not trying to get to my head, So yeah, if they say, oh, you committed to Nebraska, I just talk to them and,
Yeah, it's a pretty cool thing for our whole community. Whenever I go places, people tend to ask me about Masry and the kid they heard about from York that was going to Nebraska. So it's gotten a little notoriety to our school, our team, and our entire community. And it's great for Masry personally. I mean, he just loves it, and he's still shocked when he goes into Walmart and little kids want his autograph. And he's just such a big teddy bear. He just absolutely loves it. But it's just a different feeling for him, and I think it's really cool for a kid like Masry to have that kind of stuff. So it's definitely brought some positive notoriety to our team, and with some other kids that we have on our team that want to go on and play college football, it's been good for them too, because there's college scouts watching them every single game now, and high-level college scouts, and so it's been a good thing for all of us.
Yeah, it feels pretty nice. I'm still getting letters from other school, but it's all right, but I'm going to stick with Nebraska. So.
Masry also keeps in close contact with the Nebraska coaching staff, especially Coach Perella.
Yes. I think I called him yesterday. He told me to give him a call, and we talked about how am I doing, school and stuff. I've been talking with Coach Perella a lot, and so we have a good relationship between there. And Mike Rella, he texts me on Twitter sometimes, how am I doing and everything. So. I keep contact with him. And
Coach Perella has some specific things he wants to see from Masry this season.
He said he wants to see more of my speed and use my hands more. That's what he said to work on. So I've been working that with one of my coaches every Monday morning, working on my speed and my hand movement, and so.
And finally, watch out for class of 2019 wide receiver prospect Garrett Snodgrass, who's looking to have a breakout junior season.
Well, he's growing a little bit. You know, last summer he was listed around 6'2.5" in a lot of the camps we went to, and I think he's more 6'3.5" now. He's grown almost an inch, put on 10, 15, almost 20 pounds. So he's definitely getting a little bit bigger. But the thing that we like the most about him is he can do a lot of different things. I mean, he can play multiple positions. He's going to play a lot of quarterback. He won't be our starting quarterback, but he's going to play a lot of quarterback for us. He was a wide receiver last year and played inline tight end a lot, and he'll probably do both of those things again this year. You know, on defense, he can play anywhere from safety to linebacker to defensive line, and we'll probably end up putting him at linebacker. So just the versatility he's got is a great thing for us. You know, he's got very good hands, and he's a tough matchup for a lot of high school cornerbacks. So we like just tossing passes out to the corner and letting him take on those 160-pound corners that we see a lot. And so he has definitely been a matchup problem for a lot of the teams we play. So, you know, the size and the speed definitely helps. He's a very good long snapper also. So, you know, as far as the college position goes, you know, I think there's still a lot of options for him.
Reporting from York High School for HuskerOnline.com, I'm Greg Peterson.